Hi, everyone. My name is Jillian Chapman. I am with the Lake Bluff Public Library. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator. We are here today with Caralyn Buehner. She is the author of Snowmen at Night. I was looking up a little bio, and Penguin House has a little information about her. The husband and wife team behind the best-selling Snowmen at Night and Snowmen at Christmas, Caralyn and Mark Buehner, are also the creators of the award-winning Fanny Dream. Upcoming collaborations include an original fairy tale about a lonely princess who decides to become a hairdresser. They live in Utah with their 9 children. So welcome, Caralyn. Thank you so much for coming. We're really excited to have you here.
Thanks for having
Yeah, so we we were kind of talking earlier, and I was wondering what state do you live in? Because we were wondering about that earlier. It's the wonders
so
of Zoom to be able
yeah,
to communicate
we
across
live
the
in
country.
Utah and we're
Oh, wonderful.
in the Salt Lake Valley, but at the south end. So we're in a little town called Draper and surrounded by
Awesome.
gorgeous, huge, massive mountains on every side. And it's pretty great.
Wonderful. And just so everyone knows, we are recording this event. So if you don't want to be seen, please be sure to turn off your camera, but otherwise you're more than welcome to leave them on. I have a couple questions here for you, Carolyn, since we only have about 15 minutes. What inspired you to write Snowmen at Night?
So this is the one book that has kind of a fun story. Um, that we actually had an experience that led to the book. So we get snow here in Utah, and we'd had pretty good snow one night, and Mark took the kids out and they built a snowman in the front yard. And everybody went in and went to bed. And the next morning, Mark went out to get the newspaper, and there was the snowman, and it had moved all the way across the front yard, and it was turned around facing the front door, and it was holding a can of soup, which we had put there, and it had buttons and things that we didn't have. It was just funny. He called me, he was laughing, and I'm so glad he took a little picture, which is inside the dust jacket. But I would tell people about this funny story about our snowman and how it moved at night. And it just sparked the idea for this little poem, which ended up as a book. So that one
That's
has a
lovely.
kind of,
I love that. That's amazing.
that's
Nothing sparks holiday inspiration or winter wonderland than a snowman who decides to have a joyride overnight. um, how long have you been partnering or working with your husband, Mark?
so we uh probably 1992, I think. He had 2 books out first before we did one together. And I kind of feel like I was still partnering with him because we lived in a tiny little apartment, and every brushstroke I had a comment about. So I kind of take credit for those two. But yeah, since 1992, that was the first time that we've worked together.
Oh, lovely. Have you always preferred working with children's books?
Um, it was more that Mark was doing children's books, and I started doing it, and there's a little bit of a learning curve. It's a different kind of writing, but I did write a lot of poetry when I was younger, and that has served me well. That was kind of sparse writing. Like, it's harder for me to write long, fully fleshed out things. I'm trying to write a novel right now, and it's tricky for me because I think a lot of things in my head, and it's only later I go back and realize I didn't say them.
Oh,
But
yeah.
your book writing comes a little more naturally. That's and it's pretty fun.
That's
But it's
lovely.
mostly because he was illustrating first. It wasn't like I said, "Oh, I'm going to be a picture book writer," but it's like, "Oh, look, here's what Mark's doing. We could do this together," kind of thing.
I think that that's really nice that you had that opportunity to sort of collaborate with each other and to join your passions together, which I think is pretty wonderful to be able to do that. What do you want people to take away after reading Snowmen at Night?
Oh, just what I love about all the Snowman books and Mark's work in general, but particularly those Snowman books, they're just joyous. They're happy. They're clean, they're happy. There's nothing in there that would bother anyone. It's just happy. It's just joyous. They're having so much fun. Even the Halloween one that came out this year, and it's Halloween, but it's still just happy. And I've had people tell me that when they read the books, they just feel good, just
Mhm.
cheers them up. And that's what you want. You want it to be a shared experience that's just fun. It's a little magical and fun.
Yeah, when we were putting together the story walk in downtown Lake Bluff, your book was used as an example more than anything. It was just, having the full page spreads that we could put in the business storefronts and everything. But it was pretty much our first choice right off the bat. Once we were looking at the love and spirit of the whole story and the community aspect of these snowmen all coming together to have a fun time. And it's especially in the world that we live in today where we're all kind of separated, just seemed like the perfect way to bring people into downtown Lake Bluff. Um,
Well, and
when
you have to know Mark is that he's just a good guy. Everything about him. He's the nicest person I know, and he sees the world in a beautiful way. And I love his all of it. So that's a lot of him comes out in all these books, so that makes it extra fun.
That is fun, and his artwork is definitely very beautiful, and it's been a joy getting to see how that is affecting the community. When I had a question from a coworker, when writing the book, did you think it would enjoy such great longevity?
Oh no, actually, that the year that we did Snowman at Night, Mark did Christmas Day in the Morning, which is a Pearl Buck story that we were familiar with. It's a beautiful Christmas story about service, and it's Pearl Buck, who younger generations don't know, but we all had to read in school. And we thought that would be the big book, and that one still, it sells consistently every Christmas, but Snowman at Night completely outpaced it. And that was our first inkling that there might be something to this, was that first year when the printing sold out. And people telling us, we just love this book. Are you going to do more? So I'm like, well, maybe we will. But it's turned out to be more fun for Mark than anything else he's done. He's always saying, well, what else can we do with this? Because he has more fun with that than any other book that he's painted. He tells everybody that's his favorite one. It painted fast, and it was just magical. It was just fun. It was easy. Everything out of his head. It was great.
That is great, and it definitely transcends quite a bit through the years, and the overall message seems to always relate, which is pretty wonderful. What is your favorite part of the book?
My favorite part of the book, and I don't know how to reverse. I'm just going to walk around across my living room. I have it hanging right here, and I wonder if you'll be able to see it. I'm going to flip my phone around. I won't be able to know what you're seeing, but it's this illustration. It's probably glaring, but it's the one where they're all going home,
Oh, where they're pulling on the sled.
holding various body parts. And I love that painting. That's one I made Mark swear, don't sell that one, because that's how I feel every morning. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is just captured. That's my favorite one. I
That
love that end page.
that page spread is actually located at Twiggs Florists on Center Avenue, and they corresponded that page with some sort of furry yarn-looking snowmen that were half melted in the window. It's pretty cute.
That's excellent. Love it.
If anyone wants to see it, they can go find it downtown. And then the last question my coworker had for you was, do you enjoy building snowmen?
I enjoy watching other people build snowmen. And I honestly haven't like full on made a snowman since I was a little kid, but we've had snowmen every year because Mark's a great snowman builder and the kids are gung ho and they put on all the gear and they'll go out there and they'll be out there for hours. Geez, they built a big sledding hill that went off the porch once and piled up the snow. And they'll make multiple snowmen and decorate them. And I love to watch it. I love to take pictures. I'm not the best snowman builder. Little one. I do a little tiny one that I set on the railing, but yeah, I'm an appreciator. I'm a good audience for snowmen.
I'll enjoy just hot cocoa on the porch and watch the construction happen. That would be great.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your evening to answer a few of our questions. Story Walk is going to be up in the windows in downtown Lake Bluff through the month of December. It'll be up in completion this Saturday. A couple of the pages were taken down, but in the interim, you'll be able to see it in its entirety again this next weekend. So thank you.
Thanks. Thank you for using that book. It's awesome.
We really enjoy it, and it's been a real treat getting to know your work and your husband's work as well.
Thanks.
Great. Thank you.